The following is a paid program.
Speaking about alligators in a lagoon. And we know what they mean. I planted rice in the lagoon with my grandparents and my parents, and many of you did. But you see, the waters that wash down from the hills of Laventille, across the land from Mayaro, from the east, all the rivers that join together, they bring the greatest civilizations on the earth here together in Trinidad and Tobago. And when you speak of alligators in a lagoon, I call on Dr. Rowley to condemn or to say whether he agrees with the statement made by, I think, his candidate, Hines. This man is talking about alligators in a lagoon. And you know, I want to know what is Dr. Rowley's comment, and someone must ask him that. Does he agree with that statement? You see, in this country, I said already, the greatest civilizations are found here, merged and joined together. The Ganges meet in the Nile, right here in Trinidad and Tobago. 1/3 of our population, 1/3, that is 1 in every 3, 1/3 of the population of this land is of mixed ethnic origin. So when you talk about alligators in a lagoon, are you saying to all those of mixed descent that they must deny their ancestry? That they must deny half of them or 1/3 of them? This country is no longer a land of one race. It is a land of many races blended together in harmony. I can see you. I can see you where I stand tonight. And I can see the Ganges of the Nile flowing in your blood, because I can see all the Douglas. I can see all the Cocopayo. I can see all of you mixed together, which is what makes Trinidad and Tobago the great nation that we are. So do not disrespect, do not dishonor any race, any creed, or any religion in our land. You see, he never condemned the Calcutta ship in Tobago when the comment was made. And I call upon him today. Dr. Rowley, tell us, what is your comment about alligators in the lagoon? And if you cannot answer that, you will lose 1/3 of the population of Trinidad and Tobago. And another third, and you will lose all of the population of our land.
If you still undecided, that come like if you're in a ring with gloves and a big strong heavyweight coming at you and you making up your mind whether to put up a guard. Something is happening. We have seen the government, but I was under no illusion. I watching them since 1995. And in May 2010, when I saw Kamla Prasad Bisesa as Prime Minister, when I saw she chose Anand Ramlogan as Attorney General, when I saw Suraj Rambachan, when I saw Devant Maraj, and when I saw Anil Roberts, I knew trouble was on the horizon. I wasn't expecting nothing else. That is a recipe for mayhem and confusion and trouble for Trinidad and Tobago. I knew it was impending disaster. That is the leadership she provides. That is why she can't tell none of them nothing. And all of them is alligator from the same murky lagoon.
Eight minutes after the hour of 6 o'clock. A pleasant good evening to each and every one of you. Welcome to all and sundry to the election platform with yours truly, the Gladiator. He entered politics at the age of 32 years. That man goes by the name of Dr. Keith Christopher Rowley. He went up in 1981 for Tobago West. He lost it in his first attempt to enter into public life. In 1985, he married to Sharon Clark Rowley. Became husband and wife. He fought his way. And in 1996, he thought he was fit to battle with the then political leader of the PNM party, Patrick Manning. In 1996, he went up against Patrick Manning and thought he was ready and fit to lead the PNM party. This man, Dr. Keith Rowley, got this soundness curtailed in his life in 1996. His arrogance, his spitefulness, his raging attitude like a bull put him in a position only to be defeated in 1996. He has never won a general election in this country. But his past traits haunt his soul. He used that negative vibes and negative spirit and torment Patrick Manning and force him to call an early election in 2010. And when he succeeded in bringing down the Manning's administration, it was only a matter of time for Manning to give in to the pressure. And Manning had no other choice as leader of the PNM party to save the image of the party. He called a general election in 2010. Yesterday, I was at Country Club at Long Circular. It was amazing to see an amalgamation of tribes coming from all different corners of TNT. And they came from deep south. They came from central. They came from the east. They came from the west. And they came from the north. And they assembled at that location, Country Club. And all the spirits gathered in their multitude. I was not surprised when I saw PNM people in their numbers at Country Club being part of the assembly gathered there to listen to the Prime Minister of the Republic of TNT. Never before in the history of TNT have a place, a venue, open its doors in which a multitude of tribes came together in unity, expressing and granting the blessings to the Prime Minister of the Republic of TNT. And they came there in mass numbers. Over 5,000 people gathered at Country Club yesterday. The PNM people who came there, I conversed with them, and they came out straight and said, Gladiator, we cannot vote for Rowley. Some of them changed their mind in voting for Rowley a few days ago. But as the days move along, as I told the people, the PNM party is split down the middle. And some people didn't want to believe what Gladiator was saying. But yesterday was a day in which one could have feel the spirit of a mass number of people gathered together to engage in a mission. Here it is. This man who did not wait for a year to pass, but mount a pressure and put some pressure on this lady, Sister Kamla Prasad Bisesa. Yes, this man by the name of Dr. Keith Christopher Rowley, this man who was a former teacher. This man, Rowley, who bull a teenager. Rowley, yes you Rowley. Yes you Rowley. I am not lying. I am not lying. All of a sudden you're running from the debate. You Rowley. Trying to back down on the debate. All of a sudden, making noise, finding ways out, an excuse as to why you want no debate with the leader of the People's Partnership. You march up and down, you rant and you rave, you misbehave, you gyrate, you levitate, you oscillate. You do the political goatee look back. And you thought that you would have devoured the Prime Minister. And for the first time in the history of this country, a woman, a Prime Minister, have shown you that she could withstand every move, every action, every attack that you can bring. She withstood it from 2010 to 2015. You thought that the Prime Minister would have called the election in 2010. You thought that the Prime Minister would have called the election in 2011. You, Rowley, you thought the Prime Minister would have called the election in 2012. You thought the Prime Minister would have called the election in 2013. Because your mission was to bring down the Prime Minister's government by every means available to you and your psyche of arrogance. In your reckless way, in your reckless conduct, lacking prime ministerial qualities, lacking the character to bring all race together, you have failed miserably. And now that the day is coming nigh, when this woman, this female Mohican, and I warned you some years back, Rowley, or Growley, I told you to beware of the Mohican. She does not come or battle alone. This lady, this Prime Minister, everywhere she goes, walk with the spirits of the Mohicans. And she's ready for another term in government. All of a sudden, you as my leader of the PNM party, finding ways to back down from a debate. All of a sudden, you're finding ways to back down from a debate. You was huffing and you was puffing. You mount platforms after platforms over the years. And you thought that because you were successful in bringing down Patrick Manning's administration, you would be successful in bringing down Kamla Persad Bissessa. But you fail miserably, and the lady have shown you strength She have shown you leadership. That's what she have shown you. And here it is, last night at the country club, boldly, with the energy, with the encouragement, and with the spirits of the multitude that gathered at country club. She said it publicly and issue a challenge to you, Rowley or Growley. If you feel that this lady is a lady that you can devour in that debate, let me tell you, Rowley, if it's one debate that you're going to lose, it's this one because of your arrogant behavior. You don't have that nature, that human touch. You could masquerade and mask yourself as a new Rowley, but in that debate, the entire nation will see the kind of person you are. And because you know of your weakness, you have no remorse for what you did to that teenage girl. Yes, what I say is a fact. Ask Rosalind Allen. I didn't say it. Rosalind Allen said it. I didn't say it. God Allen said it. A big man like you, bull a teenager. This teenage girl, in a tender moment, tender age, Rosalind Allen, that young Rosalind Allen, have to go through that experience of a man by the name of Dr. Christopher Rowley. Yeah. You become a doctor after you did what you did to that teenage girl. And you want to escape this debate coming up. You want to enter into prime ministership without the issue of you having sex with that teenage girl. Here it is. Your arrogance, your nasty, dirty conduct and reckless conduct as a politician, that you could have it your way. Oh, you want a debate in August? Yeah. But why did the debate commission change that date? Why? Something smelled very stink. Here it is. You mount platforms and you put so much pressure. You and that next scumbag, Austin Jack Warner. Yeah. And when you all thought that the lady would have given to your pressure, when you all thought that Prime Minister Kamala Persad-Bissessar would have given to your pressure, you all started to call the race card. But are coming for you, Fitzgerald Hines. You ballad Rasta are coming for you. I have a special day for you. Yes. And you's a lawyer? I don't tell all you, me ain't no lawyer at all, you know. I ain't no lawyer. But I know one thing. All you can't sue me on behalf of Rowley. Yes, you, Rowley. Because what I discuss on national radio, I have black and white. Yes, you. Big man like you. Bull. A teenage girl. Shame on you. Shame on you. Shame on you. And you want to be this country's next prime minister? I cry shame on the PNM's Women's League. I cry shame on Camille Robinson Regis. Oh my God, Almighty God, what manner of people are there today? I cry shame on the leadership of the PNM party. Here it is. To this day, they have not called on Dr. Keith Christopher Rowley to step down. Yeah, they are trying to hide beneath the carpet the fact that this man had sex with a teenage girl. You want to be the next prime minister? You say when you come into public office or you put yourself up for public life, you are open to any question from the citizen. But you are a man that runs some question. We want to know how many teenage girls you had sex with. I warn you, Rowley. I warn you, because I'm coming for you. I'm coming for you. You don't like to answer question. You went on a platform and you told your attorneys, you instruct your attorneys to issue legal action against the Gladiator, to issue legal action against Wendell Eversley, to issue legal action against Morgan Job. To hell with Morgan Job. All because you don't want to answer question. You as a public figure. And you have some ignoramuses, some illiterate PNM activists who don't read, who don't do no research at all. They're going running the tail all over the place and begging and praying that Balize House sue the Gladiator. Well, let me tell all of this. I will go down in history as the first PNM activist ever to be sued by a PNM leader. But on what grounds? On what grounds will Rowley sue the Gladiator? I declare, on what grounds? You had sex with a teenager. And that is a fact. Let's hear what Rosalind Allen is saying. Let's hear it.
I knew since I used to go to school. And to tell you the truth, I always used to like him since I went to school. But that is just, it used to be a secret something.
Yes. You see what happened with you? You thought when people came out and buff up the lady from Tobago, Vanilla Allen Topping, you say, ah boy, they buff she up, and I'm glad they buff she up. But them who buff she up can't buff me up one bit at all. I'm the Gladiator. We have not heard any voices coming from the churches on this issue here. We have not heard any voices from those women groups. Yes. A man who was aspiring to be prime minister. This man Rowley, this man Dr. Christopher Rowley, this man Dr. Keith Christopher Rowley, this man who is aspiring to be prime minister of the Republic of TNT, wants to bully himself into the office of prime ministership. You mount all kind of platforms, left, right, and center, all over TNT. And you feel somebody must afraid you. Yeah. You feel Gladiator afraid you. And you feel you could talk lawyer talk with Gladiator. Or you thought I was a foolish person? Or you thought I'm a pick-up kind of talk shows from the street, from the wayside or what? Eh? You who bull a teenage girl some years back? Who the hell you take me for? Yes, you have sex with a teenage girl. Let's hear that next track there. Let's hear it.
I have been in public life since 1980 on a PNN platform. I have been in Parliament since January 1987. I've fallen in love with a lot of girls.
I knew since I used to go to school, and to tell you the truth, I always used to like him since I went to school. But that is just, it used to be a secret something.
If you come forward to the political arena, come with clean hands. And once you are in the political arena, you are available to be questioned by every citizen of Trinidad and Tobago because you are managing their affairs.
Yeah. This big hardback man. Yes, you. This big hardback man. Eh? What came to your mind? What came to your mind? You, Rowley. What came to your mind when you bull that teenage girl some years ago? What came to your mind? And to this day you have no remorse? We want in that debate commission pertinent questions to be asked to you because you want to be the next prime minister. You know, furthermore, I hear you're making a way holding cottage meetings all over the place. Let me instruct the listening public. Let me instruct the listening public. That wherever Rowley goes to hold those cottage meetings, ask him one question. One question. Ask him one question. You know how you will put on his glasses? You will put on his glasses, put on his red checker shirt, sit down on a chair, and play Mr. Moralist, Mr. Upright Moralist, Mr. Family Man. Yeah. That's what they want to project. That you are family man. Yeah. One question they must ask you. Rowley, good night, sir. Can you answer me just one question? Yeah, what is the question? How many bastard children you have? And it's on this note It is on this note, the question is put to you, the public. The numbers are 222-8255. Do you want to know how many bastard children Rowley have? Do you want to know? Should he tell the nation how many children in all? But I'm more speaking about the bastard children. How many children in all? But I'm more speaking about the bastard children. God Allen is a bastard child. Yeah? We want to know how many children you have. Because you seems to be like a hot cock in the yard. Yeah. You know them hot cock in the yard? Always running around, and any little chance they get on those hens, they, all right, jump on the hen, blah, blah, blah. We want to know how many bastard children. Next caller. Good evening. Yes. You see the level of illiteracy? You see the level of the illiteracy? Yes. You see the level of illiteracy? You see the level of the illiteracy? And every day I'm going to prove my point. Every day I'm going to prove my point. Because I am not targeting y'all. And y'all proving my point. Good evening.
Pleasant evening, Brother Gladiator.
Good evening to you.
Look, Gladiator, as a concerned citizen this evening, Dr. Rowley said he can be scrutinized by the public.
He said it.
Look, yes. My name is Dumorius Horsley. And as a concerned citizen, Dr. Rowley.
Horsley, you got to call back. Something went wrong with the line. Like some other caller jam you and cut you. Good evening, caller.
Good evening, Mr. Gladiator. I want to ask him those questions. And I want him to answer me to and let me know as well. Are they all in Trinidad or are there some in Jamaica? Thanks a lot.
All right. Again, people, I want to know as a citizen, because I am going to vote in this election, but I'll let you know I'm not voting for PNM at all. I want to know how many bastard children you have. Yeah, you playing and operating like a hot cock in the yard. Yeah. Good evening, caller.
Yeah, Gladiator, calling from Belmont.
Yes.
And I also want to know the answer because I'm hearing things, as the lady just said, there's something went on in Jamaica. So we must be able to make an informed decision. If somebody here, he has X among the children and still want to vote for him, no problem, but I want to know to be sure, so the country must know. But I have the fear that if somebody ask him if he have any outside children, he might just say, you see that question? Take it and go up with the monkey put the nuts. This is the thing that I hear from Dr. Rowley.
Thank you. It is alleged that Rowley, Dr. Keith Christopher Rowley, has 5 children. We want to know if that is true. All right. All right.
Hello, good afternoon.
Yes, good evening.
Yes.
All right. All right.
Hello, good afternoon.
Yes, good evening.
Yes, Gladiator.
Yes.
Woodport Square, I want to know that too. Woodport Square.
Yes.
And I call all the churches of them to come out and speak. We want to know. We want to know.
Yes.
Right?
Thank you.
Square, you have a pen up. You have a pen up in Woodport Square next week.
Thank you. This big hardback man. Yes, you, Rowley. You. No shame. You want to be the country next prime minister, but a big hard. Somebody. Good evening.
Good afternoon. Gladiator, this is none of our business.
Good evening. Good evening.
Hello, good evening.
Yes.
Hello.
Look, next caller. Yes, look, you all gotta get straight. You all gotta, because this thing. I have limited time here. Good evening, caller. Good evening.
Good evening, Gladiator. My good friend, Gladiator.
Yes.
Good evening. Yes, Gladiator, good evening to you. But Gladiator, listen to your debate for the last days of since last week.
I am not debating at all, Kingsley. I am not debating. I am expressing my editorial, my commentaries.
Yeah, but Gladiator, I want to know about Section 34. Gladiator.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I want you to got your master's degree. You gotta get accustomed to the click with the switch, Kingsley. Gotta get accustomed and make sure Jack Warner give you a master's degree. Make sure you give you a master's degree in that. Good evening, caller. Good evening. Good evening.
Good afternoon.
Good evening, caller.
Good afternoon, Mr. Gladiator.
Good evening to you.
I would also like to know who the children and them is.
Thank you. And this is what all them callers, oh God, they coming in, rushing in fast here. I mean, I say people, some people, not another, and by the way, let me thank all the PNM people who have supported me. Up to yesterday, so many PNM people went to country club to see the Prime Minister, to hear the Prime Minister. So many of them. I said, but what is going on here? And on everyone's lips, they cannot follow that man as leader. The man have not asked Almighty God for forgiveness. This man, Rowley, and let me tell you people, some days ago and some weeks ago, some of you might have had fear in mentioning Rowley and the Rosalind Island, but let me tell you people, have no fear. Rowley cannot sue you. Rowley cannot sue you because it is a fact. It is not defamation. It is not defamatory. It is not libelous. Rowley had sex with a teenager, a teenage girl. How can this hardback man, this monster of a man, this beast of a man, how can this man, Rowley, offer himself to be the country's next prime minister when he bull a teenage girl? Let's hear him. Let's hear Rowley. Let's hear Rowley.
I have been in public life since 1980 on a PNM platform. I have been in Parliament since January 1987. I've fallen in love with a lot of girls.
I knew since I used to go to school, and to tell you the truth, I always used to like him since I went to school. But that is just, it used to be a secret something.
If you come forward to the political arena, come with clean hands. And once you are in the political arena, you are available to be questioned by every citizen of Trinidad and Tobago because you are managing their affairs.
You have clean hands, Rowley. You could bring how much preachers? You could bring the Pope. You have clean hands? Come on. Wait. Do you want us to forget that you bull a teenage girl? Oh my God. And you still have the audacity to brave the platform and speak about morality. You showing no remorse, no regret, not asking the public to forgive you for your past sins. But with you, What you deem to be of morality is your business. You see, you preach one thing on the platform, but don't practice what you preach. And it's for this reason, to this day, you have not told the public how many bastard children you have. Well, here it is here. We want to know if you have a bastard child down in Diego Martin West. We want to know if you have a bastard child in Diego Martin West. We want to know if you have a bastard child in Tobago. And those bastard children I'm speaking about is besides Gat Allen. We want to know if you have a bastard child in Laventille. We also want to know if and how many, if you have, and how many bastard children you have in the United States of America. And the reason why we want to know that, Dr. Rowley, we don't want today or tomorrow, and God forbid, that you enter into the office of power. Some woman come and making noise by parliament. You ain't get the child milk. And you see me, I want 10 days and I want a CPAP contract. Otherwise I go tell. You lied to us, you Rowley. You lied to us. You told us that you only have 2 children. Yes, with Sharon. With Sharon Clark Rowley. And that is still on the PNM website. Let's dissect your statement here. Let's dissect the statement here.
Tonight I told you I want to speak to you about morality in public affairs. Morality in public affairs means when you have put yourself up to conduct public business, you have to subscribe to principles of morality and ethics even if they are not written in law.
Morality and ethics, even if they are not written into law. So based on your statement, it is your duty to answer the questions. How many bastard children you really have? Last Friday, I raised the allegation, and to this day, not a single drum was heard from Balize House. According to the allegation that you have 5 children, you Rowley, are we to understand that you are this yard cock, this hot cock in the yard looking for all those fowls to lay, to sex them? Yeah. Are we to understand that? That there are children's dropping all over the place? We don't know. We want to know. And now that the debate is around the corner, And you are seeing and smelling defeat come September the 7th. You are smelling defeat come September the 7th. The same lady, Prime Minister Kamla Prasad Bisesa, you have been fighting from since 2010. All of a sudden, you want to back down and find an excuse to avoid the debate. Is it that the moderator might ask you a question concerning your past life? What are you afraid of? All of a sudden you're afraid of Kamla Prasad Bisesa? You went to Leketo to walk Obi and Patrick Manning. You caused Patrick Manning to get a stroke. But if it's one person you cannot walk Obi on, is Sister Kamla Prasad Bisesa. And I say this to you, Rowley. This is not a lady that walk alone in the valley of the shadow of death. In the valley of dry bones, when the spirits in the valley of dry bones meet and clash with each other, this is where you call the valley of occultism and serious science. You deal with the 7 heights and 7 depths, and no preacher, no priest can devour that lady. And she has proven herself that you, Rowley, is not ready to devour her. She stood and withstood the test of time. For 5 years she held on, and she held a government together, and she proved herself that she can lead and be given another 5 years in office. This Mohican, this Prime Minister who walked day and night with the spirits of the Mohicans, the Comanches, the Blackfoot, the Cherokees, the Mayas, the Incas, the Aztecs, the Apaches. This lady is being moved and motivated and encouraged and given the strength to move and fight you face on, mano, mano. No one is afraid of you, Rowley. And you will not succeed. Your days are numbered. Last night at Country Club, where thousands and thousands of people gathered at Country Club, history was in the making. When they came from all corners of TNT, they came from Diego Martin, they came from Diego Martin Central, Diego Martin West, they came from Laventille, from Mova, from Caledonia, from Beetham, they came from Bat Street, Observatory Street. They came in their numbers. They came from all La Hoquita, from Maloney, from Toko. And let me tell you, congratulations to the Moruga crew. The multitude of young people from Moruga. And they came there with their multitude, young people, ready to cast their vote to give Clifton Decoto another 5 years in office. Rest assured, Imbut, look out, Imbut. I think this time, from what I see there, you don't stand a chance this time. Time for you to pack aside and go. But wait, how can we speak about Imbut and not speak about this non-performer. You, Rowley, yes, you're a non-performer. You cannot identify a thing that you have done in Diego Martin West since 1991. You! Consummate failure. A consummate failure. You're not ready at all. But let me tell you this, Rowley. I am seeing an international newspaper. It coming just now. An international newspaper going and bust the mark on you, Rowley. An international newspaper is about to bust the mark on you, Dr. Keith Christopher Rowley. Is going to hit this country by storm. You see, you project yourself and market yourself as Mr. Morales, and you feel that you could bully yourself and challenge this one and challenge that one because you drop from the sky. And when you drop from the sky, you are the perfect human being on the earth, and you come to TNT to clean up TNT as if there's no can of worms lurking there with some files about you, Dr. Keith Christopher Rowley. There's something I want you to investigate. There is something I want you to investigate. But not now. Not now. When I mention about that, Rowley, I know you're going to want to call this one and call that one to find out why it is or if them told Gladiator about that information. I know you'll want to do that. You'll want to know how I got that information, that piece of information. But not today. Not today. It's around the corner. I told you, and I appeal to you, Rowley, step down, because when the PNM lose the election this year, all elected members of the PNM executive must resign because they have condoned and tolerated you, Rowley. Yes, a big, hardback man like you. Yeah. No shame, no concern, no remorse. My question to you, at the debate forum, how a man like you, Rowley, how a man like you, low down that because I want Rowley, I know you're listening. How a man like you, Rowley, could bull a teenage girl? Some years back. Yeah? Answer that question. What came to your mind to do a thing like that? And you have no shame. You want to go up and be the next prime minister of this country? After what you have done some years? You bull a teenage girl until tomorrow I'm out of here.
The following was a paid program. Your voice, your vote. Where the real power is.